with a new build for you. This is a going to be a home theater PC and a PC-Q08 case. This case is a small mini ITX form factor motherboard, and it's perfect size because it fits in my entertainment center. So that it's small, it's black, just like the rest of my equipment, and hopefully it'll do the job just fine. This case is not new. I've used it before. It actually was the case for my home server build, but I recently upgraded that. I changed out the case to the new Prodigy case from BitPhoenix, and that came out great. So that's my home server, and this is going to be my home theater PC. So let's take a look at what's going, the bits and pieces that are going inside this guy. There's the case outside of the unit. I had already used it for my home server, so I did have a DVD Blu-ray player in it, and so that's going to stay. But the motherboard it's going into is a mini ITX ASRock Z77 ITX motherboard, and reasonably priced and good reviews, so I'm going to give that guy a shot for it. Seasonic X Series Gold 750 fully modular power supply. I've used that power supply before, and they're outstanding, great quality, highly efficient power wise, and the best for this is, of course, I only use exactly the cables I need. You don't have a lot of space inside that box. You need to have your cable management down to an artwork and science if you can. The CPU going into this guy is a i5 3570K processor. Now, for a home theater PC, I know that's a bit much probably, but key is that it has a graphics core, so that that's going to be generating my processing my video for the system, and I don't need to buy a separate video card. The memory is 8 gig of G-Skill Sniper 1600 megahertz RAM, and probably more than I need for that. One of the key pieces in this system, of course, is a home theater PC. You need to have audio, excellent audio, and that's a Creative Blaster, Creative Sound Blaster Titanium HD card, and that card is I've used that before, and it sounds fantastic. Even compared to the high-end sound you'll find on some of the new motherboards, this thing blows it away. You will not believe the sound that you could get from that. And if doing a video could do any of that justice, I would, but it really can't. You have to hear that for yourself. So that's a key piece of this home theater PC setup. Then, of course, Ron's and Nuts going to water cool his home theater PC, and here are all the bit pieces that are going to go in there. Obviously, the OCZ, there's two drives there, a 60 gig and 120 gig SSDs. I'm not sure which one of those I'm going to use. This system only requires that it boot up and connect to the network, because my home theater PC has all of my video and pictures and music on it, so everything else will be streamed from that. So really it's just a boot drive is all that's needed, and I'm not sure which one of those I'm going to use in this build, but it will be an SSD drive because it's small and compact. And once I open up the case on the side and show it to you, you're going to see that I don't have many places that I'm going to be able to put some of this water cooling equipment. So from a CPU block standpoint, that's an EK Supreme LT Uni. That's a step down from the the HF series, but it's a really nice block. And I think that one also is the nickel plexi, so you can see what's going to be running through its veins there, but I won't be coloring any of the coolant or anything. From the cooling aspect, I'm going to be using a Black Ice GT. It's a Generation 2 Stealth 140 radiator, and again, all I'm cooling is the processor. That's it. So so that block is going to be the one that's going to have to do the job for it. On that radiator, I have selected a AeroCool streamliner, and it's a 140 millimeter fan that's going to mount on there. But one of the key things for it is that it's 20 millimeter thick. So between that and the rad, and I'll show you here shortly how much space we're talking about for mounting that rad inside the unit. So and the fan combo, I'm gonna need to shave as much space as I can off of anything. So we'll talk about that. That is a fan controller for that fan if I need it to control noise. So that is just a little accessory. Now, as far as the actual cooling is concerned, for the pump and the rad, I have two options here. I have the Alpha Cool set up over here, and that is tiny, and that's the Alpha Cool DCLT pump that you see on that white bag there. And then there's the bottom block is a reservoir, tiny reservoir, and then above it is the plexi. The nickel plexi holder for the pump, to mount the pump top. So that's one option. The other option is, a little more standard fare for me, is the DDC -1T Lian pump. That's a DDC pump, and then you'll see behind it is a EK-DDC X Res 100. That is a pump top and reservoir combo. So mounting that DDC pump inside that is the whole form factor for that setup. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. Either one, whichever one I need. Of course, you'll have I have quite a few bits power fittings left over from some of the previous builds that I did. So those fittings, along with either the DDC pump top, the res combo, or the new Alpha Cool setup. And I just recently started using these smaller pumps and smaller reservoirs in my when I was looking into the BitPhoenix home server build. So I have a couple options to go with here. One of the things that I really liked in the Prodigy was the Apogee Drive 2. That pump actually turned out to be really quiet when you adjust the RPMs down, and for a home theater, and that pump would work excellent. You crank it up some more for a CPU and a graphics card cooling. That's got a lot of pressure, and that pump is really good. But I already use that in my home server build, so I'm going to go with some new small pump solutions here, and you'll see me work my way through figuring out which one it's going to be. And then also you'll be able to hear and see the final outcome, of course, and see if the noise is a problem, because for a home theater PC you want it to be quiet when you're checking out your movie. Of course, good movie, you got it cranked up and thundering sound around you anyway, but when it's in my family room, I don't really want to be hearing anything, so especially from a system. So next I'm gonna I'll turn this case sideways and show you, we'll talk about some of the things I'm going to have to contend with before I finish up this video and get started on the actual tear down and build in the next video. Okay, so here's the PC-Q08 with the side panel removed, and you can see there that there's not a lot of room in this guy. The motherboard mounts to those 4 bright shiny screw heads that you see to the left cavity, and so it's mounted on that side panel facing in. And then of course you have you're going to have a power supply that will be actually obstructing the view of the motherboard once it's installed, and you'll have a video card, or in this case my titanium HD audio card, the Sound Blaster down there. And then over to the right is where the cooling is going to have to happen. So in the front, that's a 140 millimeter fan mounted on a bracket to the case. So I'll be mounting the Stealth 140 there with the Streamliner fan on it, and hopefully that squeezes in that space right there. But even if it needs to protrude out, that's okay, because I don't need the drive bays. Those drive bays there will hold 6 hard drives, and I used them fully when I had this as my home theater. I'm sorry, as my home server, and so it fits it. It's compact. I had everything wired up. This case is a great case. You just got to watch your cable management, and but I won't need a drive bay really. I need the optical bay for the Blu-ray, but I don't need those two card cages. So my thoughts are, if I need to remove one or both, that's not a problem. I'll just have to mount the SSD drive, the boot drive, wherever I need to, whatever space there is. Those are small, skinny, and they'll fit just about anywhere. So it looks like the reservoir pump combo is going to be right in that space where those drive cages are. So at least that's the thought. So for now, that's all the planning that I have done. Selected the parts and did take some measurements before I did, so I believe it'll work. But you'll see with me as I go through the build how it comes together and what challenges I have once I get in there. So hope you're interested in this build, and this is Rods and Nuts home theater PC, water cooled, and hope you like it. If you do, please like, and if you're so inclined, please subscribe. And upcoming videos will be the actual teardown and hands-on modifications if required to the case. There is a potential for me to modify the side panel so I can see the res, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna do that yet. We'll see how it comes out. Well, thanks for watching. That's it right now from Ron to Nut.